Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now again, we continue to watch the government shutdown carry on into this week. We'll see again how long the government shutdown will last. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington on not only the shutdown, but also the deployment of troops across the country.
President Trump's push to send National Guard troops into more American cities facing new pushback. In Portland, Oregon overnight, where protests are underway, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's move to send National Guard troops from California or any other state into the city. California's governor celebrating the order, writing, quote, "Trump's abuse of power won't stand." That follows a separate ruling blocking the deployment of 200 Oregon National Guard soldiers to Portland.
I appointed the judge and he goes like that, so I wasn't served well. Portland is burning to the ground.
Portland police say the protests there have been contained to a single block. While in Chicago, the Trump administration ordering 300 National Guard troops into the city, making good on weeks of threats over the Illinois governor's objections.
They want to create the war zone so that they can send in even more troops.
Republican leaders rejecting that.
U.S. military, Mr.
I don't think
Speaker.
you should ask the governor. I think you should ask the citizens who are in fear for their lives and livelihoods
What
in these
say
cities.
you?
Citing recent attacks on ICE officers, including this, the Department of Homeland Security says happened Saturday in Chicago, a black SUV repeatedly slamming a truck with ICE agents inside, all as the federal government shutdown stretches into its 6th day, with President Trump warning mass layoffs of federal workers are coming.
I call them Democrat layoffs.
We tried to get President Trump to sit down with us weeks ago.
Negotiations at a standstill with military service members among the thousands working without pay. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And thank you very much, Alice, for that report. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. As skies right now looking sunny, but as we head through this week, that sunshine will fade and we'll end up looking at some more rain showers and even some thunderstorms across eastern North Carolina as we head towards the middle of the week. Let's take a look at what we've got outside right now. That front that's going to be rolling through, you can clearly see it further back towards the west. Not the big massive clouds that is set up over the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. That mass is ironically actually going to merge with the system further back towards the west. You can see that line of clouds, that frontal edge stretching across southern Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. That boundary will be merging with that big mass of clouds you're seeing over the Mississippi River, and that will again bring additional rain to eastern North Carolina as the whole system moves in, coming in late Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday evening. From there, it's expected to stall off of our coast, giving us kind of a lingering rain chance, not just for your Friday, but possibly even seeing even more rain develop as a low is expected to form along that boundary, and that means wetter conditions for the upcoming weekend. Right now, tracking a few light showers moving towards down East Carteret County. In fact, right now looks like we may actually have some light showers coming down over down East Carteret County. Not a lot there, but if you are again watching in that area, do note again the rain doesn't look like it's moving a whole lot, so you may end up being a little bit damp here for, I'd give it probably the next hour. Now in Greenville, again looking at sunnier weather, 81 degrees with a southeasterly breeze at 8 miles an hour. Dew points right now actually falling. Earlier today checked in at around a 61 degree dew point, now down to 59 degrees. That is encouraging because that just means less humidity and a lower opportunity for rain today. Now, air temperatures currently read in the low to mid 80s throughout most of the east. A few areas still hanging on to the upper 70s. Winds, though, starting to shift. Still hanging on to a northeasterly breeze over the northern Outer Banks. But as you head further inland, you're seeing more of an east and in some areas even a southeasterly wind. Right now, Rocky Mount enjoying a southeasterly breeze at about 8 miles an hour. Now, humidity, again, will be increasing over the next few days, but right now, holding around the low to mid 60s. A few areas even dropping all the way into the upper 50s. The lower your humidity is, the less rain we are expecting to see as that front moves in. But the front is not coming today, nor is it coming tomorrow. It will be here on Wednesday. So for this afternoon, maybe a little bit more cloud cover shows up over the tail end of the day, but air temperatures likely going to be holding where they're at right now, maybe a couple degrees warmer, but generally low to mid 80s as you walk out your door between around 3 and 4 p.m. today. Later on in the evening, 79 degrees by 6, turns to 75 by 7, 72 by 8, 69 by 9, 67 by 10, and 66 by 11 o'clock. Overall, not a bad evening, but we've got rain approaching. And those rain showers are going to, again, fall on very dry ground. Right now across eastern North Carolina, almost all of us are either abnormally dry or under a moderate drought. So the rain is coming certainly at a good time. We are in need of it. And the other piece of good news is it's going to be moving in at a fairly slow and relaxed pace. That is good news for us, as it will limit our severe weather exposure. If the front were to move in at a faster rate, it would thereby create more lift, making the thunderstorms that it does generate even stronger. So that's something, of course, we'll continue to monitor, but right now things are playing out in our favor in that regard. Unfortunately, though, this front is going to be stalling right near our coastline coming up late Thursday and into Friday. From there, an area of low pressure is expected to form along that frontal boundary, and then it's going to scoot its way further northward, bringing rain showers back to the forecast coming up for both Saturday and Sunday, which, as you can see on your 8-day forecast, clearly coincides with Mumfest. 75 degrees on Saturday, 72 on Sunday, but it's going to be the rain and the wind that we are going to be tracking even closer. Could end up being a jacket necessary type of Mumfest. Make sure you are ready again for some rain showers. We'll see if that low actually does develop off our coast. If it doesn't, things are looking much better for the weekend, but right now everything is starting to trend towards a more wet and windy weekend over Saturday and Sunday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.